Dr. Theo Acheampong, when Mr. Jackson was speaking, I'm just asking myself, do we have that discipline as a people? Have we been taught how to save? And so he's talking about, even for him, as somebody who is in the sector, who's been doing this, it's quite a difficult thing for him to do. How do we begin to encourage and inculcate that discipline and that behavior of saving in the younger generation?
So you actually answered the question. You need to start from the very bottom up with our kids or with our children, and trying to encourage them not to always spend everything, but to keep something aside. But it's a bigger problem, and this is why I do agree with the both of you that as a nation or as a people, often we have largely been living above our means. So our expenses tend to be more than what we get or collect in revenues, whether as a nation or whether as individuals. And what that then means is that often there's very little left. In street parlance, you may say we are just living hand to mouth, more. Um, 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 and that then becomes very difficult to save. But the thing I've also, learned over the years is that no matter what comes your way, if you're even earning 100 cedis a month, it is still possible to put aside 2 cedis or 1 cedi for the rainy day. And this is something that you see particularly work out with a lot of our women. If you observe, maybe growing up, our parents or our mothers always had some money somewhere, that they could use to be able to support us either in school or to do something. So normally, at the tip of their cloth, they had something tied to it, and they could always, get that. Or there were even all these susu schemes around that allowed people within the informal economy or setup to be able to put something little aside. That used to be the case. These days, you don't see it as much as it used to. But the starting point really has to be with our education system and us being able to push or teach our children not to live above their means, that whatever comes their way, they need to be able to put something aside. After all, the good book, the Bible says that we should go to the ant and learn from his ways. That when times are plenty, you put something aside, and then because definitely there will be the tough times, there will be the lean season, and it is in those lean seasons that you need to be able to tap into the reserves that you have. And that principle applies whether it's a country or it is us as individuals.